Welcome to the channel from the beautiful Arctic. I have a job where it grants me a lot of time off and flexibility, beginning my journey back to the Philippines to get started on a guest house where I'll rendezvous with my wife and kids. But I wanted to try out this new route by Alaska Airlines from Seattle routed to South Korea and then Korea to Manila. And coincidentally have a coworker that's on the same route, except he's continuing on to Cambodia. And normally Manila would not be my first choice, hands down Clark. But it lined up with my schedule, and I wanted to tell y'all if the juice was worth the squeeze on this route. So let's begin the journey together. I'm not sure what's happened to Alaska Airlines over the past decade. They used to have a good on-time track record, but consistently late all the time. Late from work, then late from Anchorage, now late going to Seoul. Flight 119, and pretty tight with my connection, so this will be interesting. Flight crew arrives approximately an hour and 50 minutes past the scheduled departure. Pretty much everybody's either rebooked or given up hope on making their connection. I had remained optimistic. I'd figured we could make a little bit of time in the air, which does happen. Proceeded forward to this nearly new Boeing 787. It's a beautiful aircraft I'm a fan of, even the A350. Northern Lights theme, which I really liked. Friendly flight attendants throughout the flight. The premium class, which I spent the next 10 and a half hours, I sat towards the front and normally pick the aisle because I can make my way to and from the lavatory, stay hydrated. You lose a lot of fluid during flight, so I don't have to disrupt my neighbor. However, I did wish, even though we didn't have somebody in the middle, I wish I would have picked that window because I still could have made my way around my neighbors if they were watching a movie or eating. One thing to consider, though, you cannot proceed forward past this curtain when you're seated this far forward. They are very strict about that to use the first class lavatory. So I didn't know that before when booking. They're very strict. Items they give you, face mask and headset, earplugs. They don't give you any slippers. Pretty much standard items though here. The blanket was, I'd say, a little bit above average. It was thick. But, still just a blanket. The big bummer here is I've flown ANA, and I could connect my Bluetooth headset during the in-flight entertainment. That's not available here. And is it a deal breaker? No. It's fine, but whatever. It's preference. The meals, salty. Wasn't that great. Second meal was better. Just, if you have high blood pressure, keep that in mind. It wasn't the best. But, it still is airplane food. I just had better experience with ANA, Starlux. I've even flown Delta, EVA, United. Okay, dum-tum-tum. Yeah, I missed my flight. They had already had me rebooked. It was a big shit show. I would have just booked the pod at the airport, but the problem is they were booked up. So really one of the only options was to go to the hotel that Alaska Airlines had already booked me when I landed, and they paid for the shuttle. The problem is it was 45 minutes to get to the hotel, and then a solid hour to get through customs. It was extremely busy when I arrived, so it was really hard to get through customs. They did give me a 90-day stamp, and the hotel was nice, but didn't get any sleep at all, really. I was better off staying at the airport. Now, would I recommend this flight? Yeah, it's Alaska Airlines. They have really good flight rewards system with the Atmos rewards, and I get perks with that. But ultimately, would I go out of my way to take this route unless I was purposely going to Seoul? No. In retrospect, I'll probably will avoid this route. However, I do appreciate that beautiful plane. And when I am traveling on an Alaska Airlines flight, I'm speaking with, fellow Americans. It's just a little different when you're talking to Taiwanese or, other countries, China Airlines or, other people that English is not their primary language. It's a good flight. But that really, it's the trend on Alaska Airlines is really deteriorating, it seems like. But don't let that deter you, folks.